I have indicated in the past a couple of times that I'm willing to take people's yard trash and make something else out of it. I've made tables on videos here. I made other stuff, and I rather enjoy the challenge of taking somebody's trash that is mostly good and making something better. And today is no different in that situation. I gotta get moving. It's starting to rain. These two Adirondack chairs came from somebody's trash, and reviewing them, I can't think of a better place for them. But they will make decent patrons. So that's what we're gonna start with today. These chairs were way more rotten than I anticipated, but I have at least one part for every piece of the chair, and I've marked what each part is and how many I need of each. And so what I'm going to do, because even these pieces are pretty nasty, I'm still going to just use some masonite board, and I'm going to cut out the patterns as a permanent pattern and throw these away too, because they're in really bad shape. Alright, I cut out templates for all the parts and pieces. Well, most all of the parts and pieces. There's a couple small diminutive pieces that I didn't bother with, and we'll worry about those when it's time. I've also indicated important joint locations on the leg and the arm. And then now I am almost ready. I just realized I forgot to cut out the front leg. That is hilarious. Well, I'll be doing that now. I am using fence pickets for this particular project, mostly because the wood is like $2 per board and a lot less expensive than anything else. But for the legs, I wanted to double up, so I've been milling down one side, making one side smooth on the rough cut lumber for that. And I've been doing this all day because I didn't want to plane it. I decided to use a drum sander, which I should have just gone ahead and planed it, but oh well, lesson learned. I'm really tired, but I ran out of time, and I still have at least one or two more passes to make, and I decided to just cut it for the day. So what I'm doing is I went ahead and clamped these tightly to the bench. That way hopefully they will not warp overnight before I have a chance to glue them. So I'm going to be using tight bound outdoor, I guess it's 3, to glue these together when the time comes. I have completed rough cutting all the pieces for these two chairs. It is 100 degrees outside right now, so I am heat beat like you will not believe. I know it doesn't matter to y'all, but to me, I am taking a break for the rest of the day. I'm gonna get in my pool and I'm gonna cool off. Next step in this process is going to go ahead and refine these blanks, and I'm using the boards I made as templates, and I'm pin nailing them on because they don't leave much of a mark and they're easy enough to get off. And what I will do is use a router table to refine each one of these. What I have is a compression trimmer out bit on my router table. Those double thickness boards for legs were too thick for my compression bit, so I had to remove the bearing on top and then make two passes. So the first pass with the template on the bottom hits this bearing here, and then the second pass, the first pass hit that bearing, and then it was able to cut through the total thickness of the board. I have all the pieces shaped and cut out and ready for assembly. I have assembled the two backs, and I'm a belt and suspenders kind of guy, so I got screws and Type Bond 3 glue in all the slats. I doubt very seriously these things are going to come apart anytime soon. And now I'm going to take a break for the evening. My back is absolutely killing me. I got kind of, I was going to do one and then film the other, and I apologize to you. I did not. I made a mistake and I didn't. That's interesting. But what I did was I went into the bottom and I marked a line for where the board was, and I threw glue onto each of the slats, and then I had marked where each slat starts and ends on each template, and then I glued it in, and then I did the top and then readjusted it for as the marking is, and then I did the middle. I got the chair base mocked up, and I'm getting ready to start putting it together, and I realized I made a mistake. My chairs that I'm working off did not double width the vertical legs where I did, and as a result, since I didn't lengthen this brace, what ended up happening was the seat slats were too long by basically the width of a board. So what I have done, except for this one, is I've cut these to a shorter length, and now they fit perfectly. I have to re-drill the holes, and I have to re-round over the end on that side. So I'm going to do that off of camera. You know, I am more than willing to show my mistakes, because if I didn't, then there'd probably be no content on this channel. So the seat slats have been added, and another case of suspenders and belt screwed and glued, and it's amazing how much more stable this whole thing is already. That always blows my mind. Now comes the hard part. I want to attach the back right here, just like that. And it's going to be one of those things that you're doing 5 things at once. You're holding the back in place, and then you're holding the brace in place, and then you're screwing things into place, and it's a bit of a pain in the butt. So I haven't decided exactly how I'm going to attach the back end, but I'll figure it out and you will see it. So I glued these vertical braces, and they're holding the back pretty well. And I made these little triangular braces. I screwed in from the back, and then I made a little pocket hole to screw in from the top, and that holds the bottom in tightly. And then I made some more triangular braces for the arms, one on either side. And so the arm is going to screw onto this, and then from bottom up in the back. And then finally, what I will be doing is adding these braces here. And I guess I should go ahead and drill the holes for those now, as far as the vertical is concerned. I don't know if it's necessary to put a screw in here too. I don't think it is. All right, these 2 chairs are complete. The glue hasn't dried yet, obviously. I need to put a coat of stain on them, and I'll be doing that later. And this is the first sit. Let's see what that's like. Not bad. Good. Finally, after every woodworking project, you should always count your fingers. You end with 10. Good job.
Don't burn the scraps off of that. Pressure treat is poison.